Hello, welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of the N Sport conversion kit on the BMW 330 here. First thing with doing the rear, you're going to need a jack to lift the one side up. Alright, for that inside screw, the screw is right here. It's kind of hard to see, but you should see it right there. You should just need, I believe it was a T20. Yeah, all you're gonna need is a T20. I just have it on this drill with this tool just because it's easier than getting this screwdriver thing in there. So I'm gonna take that out, and there should also be one of those on the other side too that you're gonna have to do. Alright, and there's that first screw. Now just simply go and do that on the other side of the vehicle. After you get that top screw out, next you're gonna wanna get this 8mm and an 8mm here on this side, and you're gonna do the same exact on the other side as well. All right, after those wheel well screws are done, 3 more 8mm underneath on each side. You got one here, you got another one here, and you got one here right next to the exhaust, and there should be another 3 on that side as well. Just unscrew those with the 8mm. After you got those 8mm, you're gonna need your T20 again. And it's gonna be kind of hard to see here. Right there, there's one there, and another one there. Just get those out, and then we'll move on to the next step. After you got all the screws from inside the wheel well and underneath the bumper and the T20s that I totally forgot to pick up, you're gonna want a flathead screwdriver. You're gonna need to take these off. So if you just, let me take those, and you just twist these off, just like that. The other one, turn around with her. And there's that. Now that should allow us to take off these little covers here. All right, so after you got those covers off, there's going to be this 10mm here that you're gonna want to unscrew. There's that one, and there's this one on the other side as well. And then after you unscrew those, it's optional, but you can take off the taillights. So you want to unscrew this one and this one. Same with the other side there. You don't have to, it's an optional thing if you want to. I'm going to just do it just to make sure everything is fitting right and they're just not in my way. So I'm gonna unscrew those now. There's the one. And there's 2. Now I'm gonna be doing the tail lights here. All right, and after you do those screws, you're gonna want to grab with both hands, one on this side, one on this side. You're gonna want to kind of like wiggle it and just kind of push it forward, and it should come out. As you see, I already just pre-did it off camera. And then you want to go and disconnect that cord right there. Should be this clip here on the other side. It's kind of hard to show. If you grab that, you should just be able to wiggle it out. And there's your tail light out. And again, I'm sorry I couldn't show you the best way to do it since it is only me right now. But there's one, and just do that on the other side as well. Now, with both the tail lights off and unplugged, you should be able to just slowly, gently undo little tabs of the bumper. I'm going very gentle because I don't want to break anything. I've also never done anything like this either before, so I'm trying to make sure we do it right. Before I continue with this, I'm just going to take some of this Scotch tape here. I'm just going to kind of line it up with everything here. you take these clips out of the side, we don't want this to get onto this and then scratch the paint. So just for a safety precaution, you don't need to do it, but I would highly recommend it. Just kind of work it. There it goes, kind of pop there. Now this corner up here is gonna be a little bit more difficult. Sometimes you can just force it and it'll come off fine, but I would rather still take the precautions and do it slow and not rip it off. Right, I believe I have that. Now just basically do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so since you have this side popped out a bit and this side now popped up a bit, you're gonna need to go inside your taillights here. You see these little tabs? This is the reason that we took off the taillights. You're gonna push this down and then you should be able to pull this out here. Same with the other side here. Push that down. Once you just keep working it and you finally get that little side out, and you can finally get the little push pins here down. Bumper shit, be coming off. Right? Bumper shit, be coming off. Right? Yeah, just like that. It was like kind of something there. I do have parking brake sensors in the back. It's probably kind of hard to see on camera, but I have them in the back. So now what we're gonna do is basically gonna be the same thing we pretty much did on the front ones. You should just be able to reach in there and just, they feel crusty, I can tell you that. I have to put this down for a second. I need both hands for this. All right, it was kind of hard, but I finally did get it out. Also forgot to mention, if you have extra stuff, you might have extra wires and stuff down here. I believe that is for something with like a kick feature for the trunk or something. To be honest, I didn't even know this vehicle had it. I've never tried it, so I didn't even know that was a thing. But on the back side, it's gonna be a little hard to kind of show here, but on the back side you can see right there, there's an 8mm. I believe there's another one. There's 2 or 3 up in there. You just want to undo those, and then I believe everything should come off then at that point. Tip, hold that when you do the last screw, otherwise it is going to fall in. But now we should be able to take this off. And then down here, we see here, this is what I was talking about, the extra stuff. Now you're gonna have 3 cords right there. But if you don't have all of this extra stuff, yours should just come right off. You should be able to place the other one right back on. But this one, unplug these. All right, as you see, I have everything disconnected here. There was this, and then this one, and then there's this thing. This, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what that is. And then there was this as well with this too. So I'm gonna just set those aside for now, and I'm gonna slowly start transferring everything onto that one now. And with this, when you're looking at this, it should be these little tab things here. Push down like that, and then you should be able to slide it back. I'm gonna need both hands for this, but just push those down and this should pop right off. Now, after you have all your stuff connected, if you did have it, and I'll say again, if you didn't have it, you won't need to do any of this stuff. But I just sat and transferred everything over, and I sadly couldn't record it because currently my tripod here died on me, so I couldn't use it. Everything should come out pretty good. For this, you're gonna have to bend that down there, and then it should be able to pull up, and then you should be able to slide that out and bring this over, and that's going to be the same with this thing here as well. Now, after you have everything on there, you're going to want to go back to this and just grab your 1, 2, 3, and 4 clips, and then just simply transfer those to this places on the new one. After you get these little clips now installed into each one that those need to be in, because you're going to have to screw that back in. Now, should be able to take this, and we should just be able to get it on here now. The little tip I'm putting this on, that tab there is gonna go into that hole there. Same with that one there. You should just be able to now just push it in and it should snap in. I'm gonna need to use 2 hands for this, but just, like I said, just push it in, snap in, it should snap right into place. To be completely honest, all I did was give it a little push, and she just snapped right in. And then like I was saying about those clips, if you had them like I do, they're just gonna go into this little heat shield thing that's in the back here, and that's basically what those line up with, and then that's what they'll screw back into with. It was a It's an 8mm on those. After it gets snapped in, like I said, I'm gonna get these plugged in real quick and get these hooked up, and then should basically be about there to go and grab the bumper and put it on. Almost there. We got a couple more steps to do. As you see here, I finally got everything connected. At first, I didn't remember which one is which, but these two bottom ones are like the same plug, and that middle one is bigger than these two, so you can kind of figure it out from there. And then that longer cord here is the one that goes all the ways over to this one here. Now, the only thing I should have left here for myself to do, and then if you also have the parking brake sensors and all that stuff here, is take these 8mm now, and you're just gonna want to get them back in those holes, and that's why we put those little clips here so the screws have something to screw into. The next step that you're going to want to do in this bag, there's going to be these little sticky things, and this is going to be a step if you only have parking brake sensors. If you don't have parking brake sensors, you can skip this step and continue to putting the bumper on. Since I have the parking brake sensors, there's these stickers here that stick on the back side end of the bumper of where your things are gonna go. You can use these and put them onto this and then stick them on, but personally, when I did the front bumper, we had issues with those, so we're just using a certain kind of glue to hold them on better. And after you're done here and you don't have parking brake sensors, the next step you can do is take your diffuser and simply install the diffuser onto the rear bumper, and then you're able to take the rear bumper and install it onto the vehicle. But since we have the parking brake sensors, we are currently gluing each one of these in so they stay placed, and then after I get that, I'll install the diffuser. All right, everybody, it's a new day. I let the parking brake sensor little bracket things just kind of sit overnight for 24 hours. Powerful 6,000 some super glue or something like that. I didn't trust these little sticky things that they gave me, so I just glued them instead. But now we're gonna get this bumper up. I got my friend Jake here to help. We're gonna get this up and installed now. And the first thing we got to do is lift it up, and we're gonna have to get the parking brake sensors in first. And if you don't have the parking brake sensors, you're not gonna have to worry about that step. If you don't have parking brake sensors, you should be able to take the bumper and just whip it right on the car. But if you have the sensors, you're gonna probably want two people just so you can hold it, clip those in right, and then go on and clip the bumper. All right, I'm just gonna have him kind of hold the bumper here. I'm gonna just click all these in. Snapped in for the last one. And just like that, after you sit there and work your way around and just slowly clip it all in after you put the parking brake sensors in, everything should just kind of snap into place like this. Then after that, you're going to want to take your 10mm that you did take from your taillights here in the corner one, and you're just going to want to install those. And then after that, you're going to simply want to install your taillights. Alright, so in order to put those screws back in, you're going to want a 10mm. I want to go too tight yet. I just want to make, double check everything is perfectly lined up. And we'll do the same on the other side. Not too tight, just want to make adjustments. Then you should be able to take our taillights here. Want to simply take your power cord and plug it right back in. Should just snap right in there. Then you're going to want to get this ball point here, and you're going to want to put it back into this little socket that it goes into here. So you want to line that up. And then also on the other side, slipped right out of there. You want to get it kind of lined up with your screw holes there. And then kind of give it a push. and then that ball should click into that. You should feel it, and then you're able to take your 10 millimeter nuts and just simply put those back on. Then after you get that, you're gonna simply take your black little taillight trim piece thing here, kind of put that underneath the seal there. And then you're gonna wanna line that hole up with that hole up on the top there. And then you're simply gonna take your little, push pin, whatever you wanna call this. Or actually, it's not even a push pin. Simply put the tip in there, get your flathead screwdriver, and then just turn that back in there. Just do the same on the other side. After you got everything clipped and ready to go, I already did this off camera real quick, but there will be 2 screws, 8 millimeters here, one there, and one there on this side. And then there's gonna be another 2 right there. And then right now, I do not have the diffuser on, but there should be a couple more screws that do get put on, like over here. And then I guarantee there's some through this here and this little white thing. It's a little hard to see, I don't know why it's not focusing. But I think screws go in there. It's just, I'm not putting on the diffuser at the moment because I currently have the Valvetronic exhaust at home. That is the dual tip. So I gotta get that put on before I can even put the diffuser on. So I'm just gonna do that at a later day. After you get those ones in, you're gonna have your 3 in here that I just hand tightened in here at the moment, but there's 1, 2, and then your 3rd one here. And then there also should be 1 right here. And then you have your top screw up here. Forgot to mention the one up here, this was the T20 screw. It is a little difficult to get in there, but take the plastic or whatever you want to call this, kind of fold it over, and then you kind of get it in there with your hands and then get in it with the tool. And then you just simply do that on the other side, as I have my friend over here doing. At that point, you guys should be basically done with the bumper. We'll see you guys in the next part 3.